people who are displaced from various parts of the world because of persecution, human rights violations, war, conflicts, internal conflict, etc., are trying to make their way to a place of safety, to a place where they can seek international protection. And for some people, that target is Europe. So they're having to go through informal ways of getting in because there aren't legal pathways to protection, or those are very limited, which means that they're using services of smugglers who are putting a lot of people on very small, unseaworthy boats, which is resulting in a huge increase in loss of life at sea, but also in the number of people in distress at sea who need to be rescued. And in fact, the project doesn't only include research, it also includes training for various entities, including NGOs, states, and private vessels, shipmasters, shipping company representatives, etc., on how to deal with these issues at sea. The project looks at kind of two key areas of study. So one is human rights and one is shipping, and the interrelationship between the two. So the first kind of set of issues we want to look at is what happens when a private vessel is instructed to, for example, return people back to Libya. Can it legally ignore those instructions because return to Libya is a violation of the principle of non-refoulement? How does the obligation to obey instructions from the search and rescue country interrelate to the obligations to respect human rights under the guiding principles on business and human rights obligations more generally? So that's the first part. The second part will look at commercial implications of search and rescue. What happens when disembarkation is delayed? What happens when delivery is delayed because of that delay in disembarkation? What are the contractual risks that shipping companies are facing? What are the insurance risks that the shipping companies are facing? But those are the long-term solutions. In the short to medium term, we need to make sure that people at sea are actually being rescued and are being taken to a place where they can access an asylum process and actually enjoy protection from persecution or war, etc. The main target of the project, so the main impact that it's trying to achieve, is one, clarity of what are the legal obligations out there, so that everyone who's involved knows what the legal obligations are. And second is to make recommendations that will hopefully improve the legal and policy frameworks and encourage private vessels to rescue people and avoid disincentives for that rescue. So those are the two main things. So one is informing, and second is actually changing what the legal and policy framework to improve the chances of people being rescued at sea.